journey. So what we are learning is about Eastern wisdom, and the Eastern wisdom says that we can live, speak and think in meditation 24 by 7. It is not 1 minute or 5 minutes or 10 minutes of instant meditation. It doesn't work in life. So it means we have to evolve and live into the highest state. So to be in the highest state, we have to be a super seeker. So if we are a super seeker, means that we have to live wisely. And we have to live wisely. We have 4 factors, and the 3 factors that we covered are in few sessions. So there is an understanding that when I wake up in the morning, I am aware that I am a seeker, or I am aware that I have lot of stress, I have lot of things to do. And that is what I covered last time. Sam was absent. Society burnout. Do you remember? Society burnout. I have to rethink and contemplate and reflect on this. That the goal of the society is ultimately to help me burn out. I gave you a couple of examples of that. So once we understand that where the society is pushing me and what to achieve, and what as a seeker I want to achieve, that is extremely important. First thing. So I just, for the sake of understanding, I said, remember the triangle. Am I a seeker? When I wake up in the morning, the first thought that comes to my mind that I am a seeker, or I am a seeker of what society wants. But there is no conflict, and that conflict we are going to resolve in the following sessions. So first is, do you remember that to whom this knowledge is given, to whom the knowledge is given to a seeker. If we are not a seeker, oh, people say me, let me try your session. I said, okay, you try. When you try, it will never happen. So first I have to understand that what I am inside and what I am seeking. You had some conflict and confusion yesterday with anyone. You wake up in the morning, you don't remain as a seeker. Your thoughts and your feeling and your emotions moves in other directions. And the second is that in the triangle, the second is what exactly is the subject matter. The mind dictated by the society will forget that I am a seeker. We have to remember all the time that I am a seeker, and the subject matter for the seeker is to reach to the highest. Who am I? What is the world? What is the existence, and how to think, speak and act in that state all the time. That is what is known as awakening. And the third is the goal. Goal is the end of suffering, once and for all. That is the goal of the Eastern wisdom. That is the goal of meditation or mindfulness. So in the last session, we said the society dictates us to see it clearly. Every day you wake up in the morning and, oh, what are you doing? ultimately it comes to what the society expects from us to do. So we have a very strong inclination to become number one. I already gave an example, I'm not going in detail. So after becoming number one, then what? And there is a lot of confusion. And ultimately I gave you a lot of examples. You have a burnout. So what should be the next question in our mind? That how to live in the society and still I live in the same society with a higher level of awareness. I'm not carried away by the society. Yeah, that is what should be our next question. That how we should live in the same society while not affected by it, not getting carried away. The moment you are carried away, the problem will be there. A couple of people asked me the questions and I gave them the indirect answer in those days, but now it is, so it means, how to do that? How to do that? So Eastern wisdom says that goal of the human birth is to evolve, to rise in the consciousness, to find who am I, what is the existence, to know the exact nature of the world. Does the society help me to know who am I? Yes, it helps me to become number one. And ultimately the burnout. Do you see the difference? If you don't see the difference, then we are not a super seeker. So I'm coming to the gradually. So first settle in the triangle. I am a seeker. My subject matter is clear. And then another 4 factors that super seeker means. The first, that I'm a qualified seeker means that I don't leave the study. I listen and learn and understand the principles, contemplate and reflect. I have a clarity about the real self. I have a clarity about how to live into that state. By the 4 qualifications, we have already understood how to live wisely. No, but the problem remains that how to think, speak and act in my daily living. How to think, speak and act in my daily living. That question leads us to the path of karma yoga. Karma yoga. I have to earn money. I have to maintain my livelihood. And you are saying that you leave the society and its pattern and start evolving yourself. So how to reconcile these two? That brings us to the journey of the karma yogas. But before that, we should understand the mind becomes impure, deluded. It accumulates the mental dirt and forgets being a seeker, the way I think, speak and act in my daily life. How dare you say that, we start becoming agitated, angry over small issues in our relationship and in our daily living. No, my mom is good, I love my mom, but there is a but. So that but that but creates an emotional and mental dirt. Oh, whether it's a honey or a mom or anyone. Again, I will tell you that person who doesn't attend the session, but that person listens to the session and she wants a special time. She thinks she is special. That is another emotional dirt. But she is not able to understand that. So last time she sent me a message and I said, okay. And her message was, yep. Oh, do you think that I'm not evolving? Why should I say you are not evolving? That you have to check. That you have to understand. But you have already proved that you are not evolving. No, I didn't say anything. I didn't write about this. So it's a very interesting path, and it will help you to move into that permanent peace and happiness. Now understand, without doing karma yoga, we cannot purify the mind. This is what our master says. Did you understand what is the purity of mind? Did you understand what is the impurity of the mind? Did you understand what is mental dirt? Yes, I have understood. Now you keep on thinking, it will not help you. Unless you translate that into action. That is what the karma yoga is. Every master is 100% clear that we cannot get rid of this mental and emotional impurity. You can count on emotional dependence. I covered one topic. Are you worthy of suffering? No, we are not worthy of suffering. We have lot of challenges in my life. Challenges cannot be converted into an opportunity if we do not imbibe, integrate karma yoga in our daily life. So then let us understand what is karma yoga. One is karma. Karma means action. Any action in your personal, professional, social life. Any action that you perform in your relations. So there are two words, karma and yoga. So yoga is a right, proper, good attitude and a good right attitude in the mind. And karma means action. That is what the karma yoga is. After all, every karma has a thought behind it, and every thought has a desire behind it. So thought, speech and action. The thought, speech and action should be in harmony. So every day we perform lot of actions. Those actions are guided and dictated by our past impressions, emotional and mental impurity. So what is karma yoga? Karma means simply the action. Whatever the action you take an action in your professional life, you take an action in your relations, you take action in your family life, whatever it is. Because life without action is not a life. So when you say yoga after karma, it means I have a right attitude to perform that action. We should be 100% clear simply by thinking, I am sorry, I hurt you. The impressions will continue to remain until I translate that into my action. Can karma yoga purifies the mind? 100%. 100%. So it means we have to not only educate the mind to perform karma or action in daily life, but with what attitude? That is what is the karma yoga. Many people, many great masters, I told you Swami Vivekananda, who visited States in 1893, he was born with the purity of the mind, so he need not to perform the yoga. So those people evolve very fast. Even at the age of, I would say, 19 or 20, he had already written more than 50 books. And then he came to States, and he stayed here for about 2 years. Do you still remember the Rockefeller Foundation? It is Swami Vivekananda who inspired Rockefeller to open this foundation, which is still helping. So there are people whose mind is already pure and they get absorbed into it and they reach to the higher state of mindfulness or meditation or awakening or realization very fast. How many actions you perform every day? Millions of actions. From going to the restroom, going to the kitchen, working at the office or workplace, acting in our relationship. The life is full of action. But can these actions are done with the right attitude? Every karma, every action starts from a thought. Thought starts from a desire. And desire from the impulses, delusion, dualities present in the mind. So what is the right attitude? I have to get rid of those impulses, delusion, dualities before I act. We already know philosophically, think before we act. We already know it, think before we act. But here the Eastern wisdom opens and makes us clearly understand what should I think before I act. It's very clear. It's a good phrase. Think before we act. But think what is the right and proper attitude so that it translates into right and proper action. Proper action. What is your attitude at this moment listening to me? That is also an action. Now I'm in a hurry. Finish this session. I have a lot of things to do. Right and proper attitude. Right and proper attitude. Think, contemplate for a while that your listening and learning is done with what attitude in the mind? Is your mind at this time thinking of someone else, or you are simply listening to me? Is it 100% listening? Or you have some deluded thought in the mind that, okay, I follow these principles, I'll be awakened, and then I will do whatever I want to do. Whatever I want to do means what I like and what is pleasant to me. It will not work. It will not work. So now go a little deeper. So karma yoga demands that I should think, speak, and act like a seeker 24/7. Inside. Right and proper attitude. Inside. You are talking to honey. Inside you are a seeker. Outside, he or she is your honey. doesn't care. But if the label tag is there in your mind, it will produce an action with impulses, with the duality, with the emotional doubt. Did you understand that? First thing that we understand, without doing karma yoga, the mind cannot be purified. So I become lazy, I go to the Himalayas and spend 1 year there, but my brain continues to think the same way. It will not help me. I take my brain there. I take the emotional dirt there. Did you understand that point clearly? That 24/7 I am a seeker inside. So that seeker says your goal is to evolve, not to get carried away by the society to become number one. Ultimately, result is burnout. But at the same time, whatever you are doing with an attitude, right and proper attitude to evolve. Take one simple example. Honey, you don't listen to me, so hence the time has come to part with. This is an attitude of a honey. An attitude of a seeker. Oh, honey is, not listening, reacting. Can I have a level of endurance to evolve in this situation? Did you understand that? Your mind has to be open completely. If the mind is not open completely, is it possible that I can evolve in these situations, difficult situations also? The problems becomes an opportunity. You are ready to act with all the humility, not with an emotional dart. Did you get it? Because if I talk and communicate with a label, that is the part of the society. But internally I'm a seeker. You know what happens? I'm just giving a brief of understanding of karma yoga, and then we will understand from the following sessions how many types of karma is there. Which type of the karma is not suitable, causes lot of problem, and which type of the karma helps us to evolve. So we are just understanding the basics, the foundation of the karma. The first thing that I'm not talking internally. And I can tell you that you are a super seeker, you start the journey, you will forget, you remember, you forget, you remember. Ultimately, the time comes that internally now you have a right and proper attitude. 24/7 you are a seeker. It doesn't come on a single day. Why? Because we can be conscious of a thought, we can be conscious of an emotion, but to become conscious of each and every action is a big task. What I want to convey, that our action, 90% of our actions moves by impulses, habit. So that is why I have to be a seeker, first thing. So seeker is performing an action internally. You know what will be the result? No situation will chase you. No situation outside will chase you. Mind is free. You are a seeker. Maybe because of the impulses, I fought with you, but the next moment my mind is free. I remember, and I realized that no, I should not have done this. So no situation, no condition outside, you do not internalize, your mind do not internalize outer negative situation, condition in day-to-day living. Are you getting it? So now go a little deeper and think of it, and then we will go deeper into it. Karma yoga means absence of doership. First point. Second point, absence of dualities. Second point. Third point, you are doing karma for the existence. You have that attitude in your mind. Means what? Again, understand in a different way. Absence of doership means absence of attachment. Whatever action you are doing it. And we do it. You are not attached going to the restroom and coming back. You are preparing a cup of tea. You are talking casually. There is nothing attached within. Asana. Action. There is no dualities in the mind. Dualities creates a split personality, what I am thinking inside about you and what I am talking to you expressively. It happens in our family, with family members. I'm not talking of outside. So remember, absence of doership, how it can be achieved while doing all my work. Second, absence of dualities in the mind. That causes the emotional dirt. And the third point is, I am participating in the journey of the existence. I'm a part of the existence. We all are. We all share the common earth, air, water, fire. You see that? But if you are not a seeker, we are deluded. We are deluded. And that causes lot of problem. Understand again, so what will happen? The result will be then I will find favorable circumstances all the time in my life. Whatever I have or possess, that is secondary. I will get rid of unfavorable conditions and situations in my life. Because if I am a doer, I have a strong ego to do the thing and to achieve. I follow the society, but here I got rid of that doership, absence of doership, so there is no dualities. So I get rid of unfavorable condition and situation. I remove the sins. I gain the virtues. Mind becomes pure, calm, relaxed. It rises in awareness and I am ready for a self-discovery. It's not a part-time job. Now I'm bringing that mindfulness in my daily action. So once you bring that attitude, right state of the mind in every action in your daily life, maybe your honey is not doing meditation, you are doing, so you don't build in ego. You see that I'm doing it, you are not doing, that's why you are suffering. I know many people have this notion. Ashok is laughing. I need not to think about it. You see what happened? You did not remain a seeker. So you cannot perform the karma yoga. And you might have spoken to your honey that you see that I'm doing meditation, how calm I am. That's why you are suffering. Just one example. You might have said, I don't know, but I have nothing to do with when I am a seeker. So, last point. First thing I said, absence of doer, absence of doership. We will understand doership. Because if I'm performing any action, so it means there is some doer inside. Who is that doer? We will understand that. And then the absence of the dualities, and I'm doing it for the sake of the existence. You even start thinking, let me do it for the sake of the existence. So in the following sessions, we have 5 different types of karma. One is known as the kamya karma. We have to avoid it. It is known as, there is another karma, nishadha karma. Nishadha karma is known as prohibited karma. We must avoid at all cost. Nitya karma, we must do it. Even if the mind says, I don't want to do it, I must do it. We'll understand what are those. And so the namitya karma, I must do it. And then there is a prayashchitta karma and the upasana karma. There are all our actions from morning till we retire to the bed can be categorized into 6 types of karma. So except the 2, we have to be extremely aware of. Can I tell you a good thing? Yes, I remember. I don't want to tell the name, but I learned from. So he's a mortgage lender in New Jersey, and he is a good friend of mine. When he will listen to the video, he will understand I'm talking about him. He had a big, everything was good, and which car? Range Rover. So he used to take me to New York City from New Jersey, and he never used the belt. And he used to overspeeding all the time. Overspeeding. Prohibited karma. Prohibited karma. No, Acharya, no problem. I will take care of you. Such a rash driving, not using a belt. I'm giving one simple example in the society. So there are many prohibited karmas that we must not do to purify the mind. So we will work. You see the beauty of the journey. We are coming from the practice of mindfulness to translate that mindfulness into our daily life. Close your eyes and being comfortable. We have started following almost in a traditional way. So eyes are closed, mind is right attitude, just check it. Just check. Conscious, if the mind is aware and conscious, it is not engaged in the impurity of the mind, it is the easiest thing to be comfortable. Comfortable means you are settled. And it does not take even a single minute to settle. You are aware why you are a seeker. You follow the triangle. You are carefree. I'm not using sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Carefree, free from all the cares of the mind. It is the mind that cares. Which mind? Impure mind. Otherwise, there is no reason why should I not live in the present moment. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. We are asking the mind, instead of society, follow the journey of evolution. Pay attention. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. You can say in your mind. So first thing is the recitation. Second is the meaning. May there be well-being for all. And then the knowledge in the intellect should help me to explore, is this well-being a common factor of every living species in this universe? And the answer is yes. So the mind causes lot of impurities based on the name and the form. One name in the form, my honey. Another name in the form is my friend. Another name in the form is my enemy. Fourth name in the form I dislike. You see, this is the mental dirt. So what this message is saying, Sarvesham, let me look inside. Ultimately, the state of the well-being is the state of consciousness. You have to think the way I'm giving these instructions. When? 24/7. You look at your honey, yes, well-being. He or she is also seeking well-being, and I am also. So let us approach to the common factor together. You see, I started with this mantra in the very beginning, this series, almost 4 years ago. And now you have a totally different meaning for this. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Peace, may there be peace for all. Peace is the common factor. Everyone loves peace. Everyone loves peace. Your mind stays with that thought, that knowledge. You're a seeker. Outside label, let it be. When you are with honey, inside you are a seeker, outside you are ready to express, act in love and wisdom. Just think of it. So it is not that you are doing meditation only an hour every day, but you are doing it every time. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. You may sing with me mentally or loudly, whatever you feel like. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Completeness. All problems, why the mind accumulates the mental dirt and the impurity, because in a very deeper level of our mind, we have a sense of incompleteness. You listen to me, I feel complete. You don't listen to me, I feel incomplete. Unnecessary, unwanted. You see the part of the karma yoga? Completeness is present with everyone. Ant is complete in itself. Mosquito is complete in itself. That is how the existence created all these species. So every human being is complete. Now my neighbor is complete in himself or herself, but not my honey. That is the mental dirt. I am not ready to open my mind. I'm not saying you have to guide and force your honey to listen to you. No need. You change yourself. Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Sarvesham mangalam, auspiciousness. So now the situation do not chase you. Your mind does not blame and complain that my honey or my family relation or my society is all creating the problem. You got rid of the unfavorable conditions because you are removing the mental dirt. You need not to believe. You follow the principle. We can go for, you start breathing quick and short, gentle breath through both the ribs, in through the nostrils, looking inside the heart with Om Shanti. Let us do that. Short breathing, Om Shanti, gently. Body is steady. Body remains steady. Breath is quick and fast. You're not forcing it. You are doing it. You take care of the body. You love the body. So sometime we should be doing with the breathing so that we can have an instant purity of the mind. And sometime we don't need, depending on the day and the state of the mind is when you wake up in the morning. And now stop this. Just check sensation. Move the mind on the entire body. We can follow all these steps, maybe 10, 15 steps to check. Is the mind ready to go deeper within? So the mind moves from the top of the head slowly, gently, touching the skin of the entire body from the crown of the head to the toes. And as it moves, you experience sensations on the skin deepens. There is a sense of relaxation and stillness. So in that, then move the mind deep inside. experience. Do you remember I said calmness and quietness? You might have experienced many a times. Depending on the state of the mind, the way the mind follows these steps and going deeper and deeper in every step. So we can even add as many steps we want because each and every step hardly takes a minute to go deeper. What that means, there is a progress. Now, in that state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness, calmness, and quietness, start with the nyasa. Only inside the spine, you start breathing deep, silent, slow, moving the mind from the crown of the head inside the spine, reaching to the tailbone while singing Om Shanti. You're perfectly settled. There is no doubt about it. In that state of being settled, your breath is deep, silent, slow, moving from the crown to the head with the mind singing Om Shanti. While breathing out, the mind is moving from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Om Shanti. With this movement, singing, breathing, body, everything appears settled. Why? That is how the existence has made us. Yeah. We all are children of existence. Om Shanti. You see, the part of action is there. You're breathing deep, silent, slow. You are saying Om Shanti. That is action. But what is the state of the mind that moves with the breath, that sings the Om Shanti? Do you have lot of thoughts and still you are saying Om Shanti? Do you have no thought and you are still saying Om Shanti? Do you forget Om Shanti while moving the mind? You see, right attitude, right and good mental attitude with right and proper action. Why we fail? There is no sync between the two. Now, those who have been attending this session for years, they will understand why I started with the nyasa. Is your mind saying how long I have to do it, I'm sick of doing it? Or your mind is absorbed. You can pick up the attitude. It's your journey. Shanti. Shanti. And now leave that deep breathing, move the mind inside the cave of your heart. Om, singing Om. The mind, check it, seemingly stops. You drop Shanti, live into that state of self-absorption. Well, if any other thought interrupts, it happens. It's normal, even for a higher seeker. When it happens, moving the mind again, singing Om and Shanti. And even you need not to drop Om Shanti. Remain as you are, in a state of doing nothing. You see that how we integrated? If according to people in US, mindfulness is different from meditation, we ultimately reach to a state of nothingness. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside. Know your experiences, bring the hands down. We have started a very crucial session from today, Karma Yoga, day-to-day life. How are you, Stephen?
Thank you for that. That was great. It was interesting because I didn't. I heard you, but I didn't hear you. But the messages and the adjectives that you use to describe where we're at is my experience. I settled into this meditation instantaneously. The moment I closed my eyes, and it was just calm and absorbed the entire time.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. That is perfectly okay even if we don't listen to the teacher, because the knowledge is already present by regular practice and the mind follows it naturally. You are perfectly right. That's good. How are you, David and Jerry?
I would describe it as, and thank you, I would describe it as very pure, simple, and nothing. And very, very similar to what Stephen just described. It was, I heard your words, but I didn't hear your words. And it was just a very enjoyable practice.
Beautiful. That is what represents the right mental attitude. And once we have that, then the practice is a play and a fun. How are you, Jerry?
Good. Namaste. Yeah, I feel calm and peaceful before meditation. I can't say that I really feel different during or after meditation. It's the same. And I noticed something today, kind of like when you say you're completely absorbed, the mind is always kind of working, but I feel like my mind is putting out this web of love and light and truth and peace and compassion and oneness, and I really feel like that's what I'm doing. So I don't really worry day to day about the action. I know I'm going to take the right action.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, what happens when our mind works at a higher state of the consciousness, so it is going to translate into action, so there is no need to worry. But it is a good idea that yes, I'm a seeker, I'm responding, I'm living my life as a seeker. So I become a part of the existence, and that is why you said that I want to be with love, wisdom, and the truth all the time. It's a beautiful. How are you, Vaibhav?
Sir, I'm good. It was like that my whole awareness was on me. So the mind keeps on freeing itself from the impressions, from any experiences. It was totally awareness inside me.
Beautiful. Yeah. Totally awareness inside is also a sign of self-absorption. How are you, Terry? Let the Terry open. In the meantime, how are you, Samir?
Sir, today my awareness was very high. Means each and every word was piercing inside me, whatever you were saying.
Good.
Means I don't remember that I missed even a single word what you said. And everything was going just like injecting inside me, and I was totally aware in whole practice.
Good. Living in we realize that what is that higher awareness. We experience that. That's a good thing. Yes, Terry.
I don't really know what to say.
Don't say anything. You are calm?
I don't think I'm calm, no. I'm distracted.
Distracted, yeah. Distracted but calm?
What?
Distracted but calm?
In my, the physical part is very distracting right now.
I could see, I have understood it. It's okay, it's a part of the journey. You have to get totally absorbed your mind into that state. Then this body does not create any challenges. How are you, Brandy?
I think I'm probably also distracted but calm. There's a lot going on outside of me right now, and during the meditation I remembered a while back when we were talking about peace being the same as good space.
Yeah.
So I was like, I got into that good space and I realized that it's sort of cyclic. That's how you get rid of the mental dirt, which is how you performed a good action for all the stuff going on outside. So, as usual, my practice was fruitful in shifting from external to some good space.
Internal, yes, that's a beautiful. You said one thing, I just want to draw your attention. I was distracted by something happening outside. So that outside is chasing my mind? Or I am chasing it? So what happens, the time comes, we live into that extraordinary awareness, whatever is happening, it's happening. Okay, thank you. That's all. That's all. So that is just for the sake of learning. So how are you, Rakesh?
Thank you, sir. So it was very deep, and there were moments when I went blank.
Went blank. Good.
Couple of times. Very peaceful.
Very peaceful. Good. Yeah. Blankness with the awareness, obviously, it also helps us to recognize that we are living into the higher awareness. How are you, Sho?
Sir, namaste.
Namaste, sir.
I'm peace and calm and going to the higher awareness.
Going to the higher awareness. And Honey is living at lower awareness.
No issue.
No, yes, no issue.
problem.
That is the key point. That is the key point. I have seen, a lot of people, I'll tell you this story. Yes, Anesthesia, how are you? How about your Honey?
Thank you very much. No issues.
No issue.
These days, during my practices, I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed with my feelings and past impressions, and I feel in the body, like in my stomach and my heart, I feel pain. Sometimes I cry during meditation, but I think these feelings were suppressed before. I used to hide it, and I was afraid of my sensitivity, and it hurt me, empathy. So now it's releasing, and the more I'm free from my body and the more I understand that I'm not my feelings, the more I actually understand myself, my body.
Beautiful.
I hear it.
That's a beautiful. Two things I want to talk about it. We have a physical personality, or what we say, we have an emotional personality, where people say, I'm very sensitive. Why you are sensitive? Are you born with the sensitivity? So that is comes from the emotional personality. And third, I can use the word knowledge personality. So there should be a balance between the emotional and the knowledge personality. There should be a balance between the emotion, feeling, and the thought that provides us the knowledge. So when we have a dominant emotional personality, it bypasses the knowledge and the contemplation and reflection. We tend to feel very sensitive, touchy. So that is why these principle helps us to reach to the higher state. It takes over the emotional personality. And when it takes over the emotional personality, then that sensitivity goes away. Yes, my dear friend Sam.
Practice
You taking it now? Or?
was very still today.
Yeah, very still today. Yes, very still and calm today. Yes, Terry, are you saying something?
No.
So the karma yoga, understand this. This week you have to, the moment you do any action, from the restroom to the kitchen to the bed to talking to your honey or to any stranger, can you maintain that awareness is the first. Second point is, can I maintain the right attitude? 2. And third is the expression. How do I express myself? And then see, we will work on these 6 or 7 types of karma in our following session. That is all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
Namaste,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.